Dricks.
Yes, sir.
Dricks is in the building, man. First off, it's a pleasure to have you. You know that the love is real. You know,
Indeed.
I support. I don't even want to say I've been supporting. I support you. I support you, and I'm going to continue to support you.
Yes, sir.
So if y'all haven't already, go ahead and tap in with Dricks. Go ahead and get this new merch. You see that, you know, we rocking the new.
A lot of lifestyle.
So, Dricks, how everything been going for you, fam?
So far, so good. You know, trying to stay healthy, stay out the way.
We in the middle of a pandemic. 2020 seems like it's like trying to eliminate whoever possible. How's the family going?
Fam is good. Everybody's been good. Everybody been healthy. Had a couple of them catch that Rona.
I feel you.
But they good. They done recovered. They full recovery.
God
thankfully, you know. So
I want to get right to the shits.
okay, let's do it.
What do you feel like you missed out on because of this pandemic? Because I know you 2020, Dricks was like, foot on the pedal, lighting the shit up. And it's like, just for everybody, because it wasn't just you. This pandemic shut down a lot of shit for a lot of people.
Yeah.
What all have you think you possibly missed in this?
You know, I don't know. I probably missed a handful right when the tour was going on.
Yeah.
It happened. So missed out on the second half of that and a couple of shows, missed out on that. Shoot, I mean,
but either way,
I've been making it happen regardless. Even being in the house, I'm just changing you know what I'm saying, switching the board around, changing the plan, seeing what I can do inside to still, you know what I'm saying, keep everything else going.
Has it been tough to get studio time?
It was for a minute. Because the guy I usually go to, Ruiner, he went ahead and shut down because he lived with his people, and they, you know, have their own autoimmune issues going on. And, you know, didn't want to have
want to be cautious.
Exactly. So he was shut down for a good while. So I didn't go to the studio. I ended up going to some other people, and it was okay. I recorded. It was good. It was good.
It was some good. It was some bad. It was some mid. Somewhere in between.
Exactly. But when you get comfortable, you know, with a person, you kind of.
And they know your sound.
Exactly. So it's hard to get used to somebody else or even want to keep going.
Who recorded that interlude that you did?
The same person recorded that whole tape, Ruiner. Okay.
That's all we need to know. Everybody has they you know they mix, but it just so happens you go to the mix guy. So special shout out to Ruiner, man.
Shout out.
Much love to you, because man, you always gotta give flowers to the people when you know when they're here.
Indeed. Yeah.
Now 2020 has been, to me, it's been the year that we have seen the most passion from our generation as far as protesting, as far as speaking up, as far as the injustice that Black people and minorities face. And I have to give you your acknowledgement, because when all this started, when the protests and stuff started off, you know, R.I.P. George Floyd, when that took off, I believe you were out of town. I think you might have been like making the Texas moves.
We was in Texas.
So
literally.
like when Wichita started the first couple protests, you weren't, you know, saying, hey, we'll make it. But I got to give it to you. I seen you out there the moment you touched back down. I saw you at multiple protests. I saw you at 13th and Oliver circling around with the people. I seen you downtown with Marcus Tuggle's protest. So what does this mean to you, protesting as a Black woman?
A lot. I'm Black. I'm a woman. You know, I'm gay. You know, so oppression or being judged, being judged is, you know, something I'm unfortunately used to. You know what I'm saying?
Tatted up.
Exactly. So people see at me and they judge a book by its cover instead of wanting to get to know me. Exactly. So it's very important to me. And even before I really even knew any of that or paid attention to what I was in society, I already noticed that something just wasn't right with how people were being treated. You know what I'm saying? Period. And even as a little kid, going to school, I was called a nigger before by another little kid and spit on. You know what I'm saying? And it was a dude. Actually, it was a young dude. And I ended up growing up with him, and we went to high school together. I never really was cool with him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
because once you see those traits,
true colors, and at that age,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I was very smart, very intuitive, so I knew what it was from jump. I didn't, you know, so stuff like that, it's been going on. My grandparents, you know, they lived in Mississippi.
Yeah.
They was on the plantation and all that. So stuff like that, like my grandma never imagined that we would even have a black president.
That's one thing that I took pride in, that my grandparents got to see.
Exactly, like my grandma literally shed tears, you know, so it's very important that the people coming up, the kids and all that, don't have to go through, you know, some of the things that we went through. Luckily, we don't have to go through a lot of the stuff that our, you know what I'm saying, older generations went through. And it's, I want to say it's dwindling down, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's just taking different holds and different forms.
They were hiding it, and now it's just that we all have one of these.
Exactly,
like all
so
this
it's
comes
getting
to light.
caught. So I think it's important. I just think as us being American at the end of the day, it's too many different races and type of people. It just needs to be like a Hunger Games type of environment. You know, where they just all themselves, it ain't no judgment, everybody's just them. It's so many different races and colors and cultures. It just is really important. We really ain't gonna be able to progress and really be here. And that's the thing, people wanna worry about what's going on, but really we all need to tap in with what's going on in our mind. That's what's really gonna elevate everybody.
Yeah.
So once we can all stop looking at the weird mess going on and put that to the side and understand that that's not what matters, we're gonna elevate for real.
It's funny that you mentioned the Hunger Games, because I've talked to people, when I like talk about what's going on in the world right now, like at the time of this recording just recently, there was where the last killing happened, was at Wisconsin. There was, I know you seen on video,
talking about the one that
this
just
random ass white dude last night, all these protest shit going on, and he come out with his long ass gun and he shot 4 people and killed two of them.
Yep, I seen that. I literally just told Morgan this morning, I said, I guess we gonna have to go get a couple more guns again.
The way that I look at it, it's starting to turn into like that Hunger Games.
Exactly, like, and at this point, do we just let them keep on doing that to us?
We are, I feel like we are slowly, it's like with that small snowball. It's like it's rolling and it's getting bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
I think that we are, and I hate to say it, but it's the truth. I think we're set up for war.
Definitely, I think that they want a war.
Yeah, but because it's a civil war, because it's inside.
And it's the same war.
Yeah,
Again.
the exact same war.
We're still fighting for the same thing, but just a different type of freedom.
Because you have these group of people on the right that can't understand that the people on the left are perfectly capable of living amongst each other.
And what's the problem is people just don't know how to let people live. There's I learned in high school, my teacher taught us in a biology class that the brain, every time you learn something new, you create a new wrinkle in your brain. Literally. So no brain is gonna have the same wrinkles. You know what I'm saying? Like
your brain is your own brain.
It's your own brain. It's like a fingerprint. So people just need to accept that people are gonna be people. Yeah. And if you are mad at yourself, really, that's when you're gonna project that onto other people. Because you feel like maybe you can't do something or be something. But if you would focus on that,
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't try to cover me for your failures.
Exactly, because that's usually what it is. When somebody has a problem with you, if it's not coming from a direct issue, but it's just kind of like you just don't like me for it.
Because if this is gonna be controversial, but if you white in America and you're not succeeding, don't be mad at me.
That's very true.
You literally have a couple of steps ahead. Like just based off of when you're born, what you look like off of your skin, you instantly are ahead of me in the world.
Definitely.
But I want to get to 2 situations. I don't want to put too much energy on it because fuck these racist ass motherfuckers.
Facts.
But in this year, in 2020 alone, I've watched you be in 2 situations. So do you mind sharing about the incident that happened with you of racial profiling when you were at a tire shop?
Yeah. I was getting a tire. My tire literally just blew the day before. I pulled up to I can't remember their name.
Whatever location it was.
Right. It's a nice tire place. They was nice people. It wasn't the people.
Good.
It wasn't the people that worked there. It was some people who were getting service as well.
Gotcha.
Right. So which is why I didn't get kicked off the lot or anything like that, because they seen everything that happened and I ain't gonna say they didn't stand up for, they still did their tire as well. So that still is kind of weird to me.
They still got that money.
Exactly. Which I'm all for that. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? is Hispanic, Latino, it seemed like, so I'm all for that. But I was literally go up there to get a tire. I was pushing my old tire through the lot because I parked, you know, across the lot, so I had to push my tire through when the woman in a truck was backing up and almost hit me kinda, you know, so I was kinda stopped and was like, whoa, and I just stood there for a minute and we made eye contact through her rear view. She seen me and she just looked at me and kept going. So I was like, okay, excuse me, let me get out the way of the car when I was already pushing my tire before you started backing up, man, because I'm not gonna start pushing a tire straight through where. If I see you coming, I got common sense, man, I'm not gonna do that. So me being me, and I done come a long way, so I really didn't go off like I really wanted to.
Proud of yourself. I'm proud of you.
You know, so but I did say a little slick stuff. I said, you know, you could have said, excuse me, y'all was just gonna hit me with the car. And she's some. I said, y'all ain't got no manners. And then she was, and thought I cussed her out, basically. I said, no, I didn't call you that. But you know what I'm saying? But y'all did almost hit me with the car and this and this and that. And they just got infuriated, you know what I'm saying? They just got mad that I was even felt like I even had anything to say. Yourself. Exactly. I should have just let them hit me with their car and should have just been like, okay, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I stood up for myself, they didn't like that. So the man, he got really infuriated. He started coming towards me and kind of coming at me crazy. I'm not going to just back down. So he got in my face and I told him, I said, sir, that's fine. You want to be tough and do all that. But if you put your hands on me, I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Because that's my right.
I got every right.
So I'm a woman and you in my face. I don't know who you is, what you got going on. It's two of y'all coming at me. Y'all must hit me with your truck. Now you in my face. I don't know what you're going to do. Yeah. But I have every right to shoot you. I got every right to have my gun and I will shoot you. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at you one bit for that.
And after I said that, she got mad. Oh, you're threatening us. You're threatening us. Oh my goodness. Flipped it. Like I just came out there and was saying I was going to shoot people. Right. They forgot what they did and that they almost hit me and was cussing at me and coming. And he literally is in my face. Yeah. I'm telling you, in my face, literally. Like it took a lot for me not to just push this old man down, like get out my face. But I already knew what that would do. So I just left it alone. I'm like, I'm here to get my tire. I'm going to get my tire. They didn't kick me off the lot. It's cool. Exactly. So yeah, no. But then she literally called the police. Was on the phone with the police. Screaming and hollering, talking about she's threatening us, a black girl, tattoos on her face. She's some gonna shoot us and all this and that. And they was just talking mess. They was telling me I need to get an education. They was telling me
don't know anything about you.
Not know anything about me, telling me I had drug money, telling me I what else? They were saying a bunch of racial just profile, you know, racial profile. Even bring up me being gay, was saying something about me having titties or him having titties or some weird stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Say all you want to say, it's not gonna hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to that. I grew up in a house full of brothers. I know how to talk mess. Y'all gonna, you know what I'm saying? Right. And I know how to fight too. So you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Calm down. So, but I'm minding my business, whatever. I end up going live because they called the police. So I'm like, if the police do pull up here, I just want everything to already be.
Live is another form of you protecting yourself now at this point.
Definitely.
Because it's like, if I'm out here by myself alone and nobody can vouch for what's going on for me, why not bust out where I can get, even if I can get 5 people just to pay attention for a couple minutes.
And it was a bunch of people. It probably had almost 100 people on there.
Yeah, I was there.
It was a bunch of people on there.
Because I heard him say something specifically. He said something like calm your tits or something like that as he was in the car.
Yeah, that's when it got, and he actually called me the N-word. Called me a nigga,
and he said it. And she was like, she just jumped to the defense as soon as you pulled the phone out, you said, go ahead and say it again. Go ahead and say it again. She wanted to jump to, oh no, we would never say anything like that.
She was so apologetic after that.
Yeah.
Because I asked him, I said, y'all don't want to wait for the police? She said,
that you called.
I said, y'all want to wait for the police? She was like, no, they're taking too long. I said, exactly, because it's a pandemic going on, ma'am. They have much more, pressing issues to worry about than you thinking that you could hit me with a car and I'll not say nothing.
A bunch of bull.
Fuck y'all. And that's facts. But it's not the first time I've been called a nigger. You know what I'm saying? Not the first time I've been racially profiled or looked at or thought that somebody can just do something or treat me a certain way because I am what I am. Right. But they're gonna learn every time.
We're gonna get a little bit more into that. But let's talk about another incident. Okay. So we're at the protest. We are in front of the jail.
In front of the jail.
And there are officers outside staring at us.
Right.
So we're doing, you know what I'm saying, we're saying our chants, you know, we're, making our noise and everything. And at this point, honestly, we're being respectful.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like
vocal.
all we're doing is, no justice, no peace. You know what I'm saying? We kept our distance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We took a knee. And at that time, you acknowledged that there happened to be one of the officers that was laughing.
Right, yeah.
And at that point,
yeah.
I think you pointed out that they profiled you before.
Nope, that's not what happened. What happened is one of the people who was laughing over there, I went to school with.
No shit.
I went to school with. We went to Truesdale Middle School together.
So that just goes to show how young, it's not just a one generation thing. Nope. It carries on.
And that was mind boggling to me because he was a sheriff. I don't know if they all were sheriffs, but he had on something different than them and it said sheriff, so it looked like he
got power.
Right, he's in there. And he was smirking. And I just found it so funny because we didn't only go to school together. I mean, we only went to school together, but he had a crush on me in 7th grade. Literally, he bought me a little stuffed dog on Valentine's Day.
Just showing his
looking at it, it's crazy. I said, but that's crazy. You liked black girls. Now you don't like black girls no more?
But see, that's the thing though, is that
he was taught that.
They have no problem praying and looking at our women, you know what I'm saying, like that at all. But where's that respect? Where's that, you know what I'm saying, that understanding? And
I thought maybe I was tripping, but it was him. And I remember his name now. At the time I didn't remember his name, but I remember his name now. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not trying to, unless it needs to be said, I'll say it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get him.
If he just so happens to see this video and he feels the need or the urge to make a comment, then we'll talk about it.
But what's crazy is the face he made. I wouldn't even said nothing if he seemed like he was just doing his job. But he was upset and he was mad that we were there. And so I called him out because I want them all to know that you like black girls. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get it twisted.
Period. Yeah, and that was before you decided or whatever you learned told you to not like black girls or black people, or I don't know if you only don't like them when you got that outfit on, but
is it something personal or is it something you carry in front of your peers? That's something too. That's an issue with the police department is that people, though they're not holding their peers accountable.
Oh, and that's the thing. It's crazy. You played on the basketball team with all the black boys. You know what I'm saying? You was on track. We all went to school the same.
But you never know somebody's inner thoughts.
And exactly, but it's just crazy. And I don't know what may have happened to him or something that he went through that made him not like black people or whatever, but it's just crazy that he's my age. We done lived through the same things. And he thinks it's okay to be like that in 2020. It's just crazy. And to hold that type of power, I don't want somebody like that holding that type of power.
Not at all. Not at all. One thing that I feel like is also going unspoken, and I had a conversation with my brother Drake about this. There are people of the gay community and transgender women that are being killed at an alarming rate. And as much as America wants to put this image that we support the gay community, we understand the gay community, your community is seeing your own being hung, being burnt alive, being put in trunks and left for dead in 2020 because your experience as far as in your life, you know what I'm saying? Like you're a grown woman, you know what I'm saying? But also you're still young, you know what I'm saying? We're all still young. Yeah. How does it feel in 2020 to know that people, it's almost like you have a target on your back still?
Definitely.
How do you live like that from that perspective? Because we understand, me as a black man, I understand the target I have on my back.
Right.
You have two. It's like, oh, we gonna aim lower, we gonna aim high. Which one are we gonna do?
Being a female already has its own, limitations, I guess you could say, because we're women, we're not seen as strong as men, you know what I'm saying? So, and then being a gay woman, a gay black woman, it's just like, it's a lot, but how I grew up and what I've already been through and endured, I feel like I was made for it. You know, I'm strong enough to be me, and, you know, and to be proud. And I'm always about showing other people who feel like they can't be themselves that they can be. It's sad and it hurts and it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's real. I go to certain bathrooms sometimes to get looks, sometimes, or, you know, be called nigger sometimes. So, but it happens. I wish it didn't. I wish people knew how to just mind their business and not be so judgmental.
Do you feel like it's your responsibility to show people younger than you, or just even people that are older that might just look at you and they say, I can be myself just like Dricks can be herself?
Definitely. I when I really decided that I knew I could, or when I realized what I was supposed to be, was when I seen Left Eye on the TV. So I seen her on the TV and I was like, dang, okay, that's a black woman. She's light skinned. She kind of look like me, you know what I'm saying? And she looked like she's just herself. She up there doing, it was the No Scrubs video.
Living life.
You know what I'm saying? And then she started rapping. I was like, oh no, this is tight. You know what I'm saying?
That's where the influence kind of sparked.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
Definitely. I love Left Eye, and I'm left-handed. I don't know if that's any correlation, but it makes me feel like it.
We gonna say it. We gonna make it go.
But I definitely feel, even my name, me having the name Shakora, once I just found out that was, you know, from Tupac, and it just made me feel like I do have a responsibility to show people to be themselves in this world.
I feel that. Was that something that you had to figure out along the way for yourself, or was that something that, you know, you just, how hard is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you fight it? Was it kind of like a pastor-like thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like when people be like, you know, I got called to preach, but it's like, I'm running from God. It's like, you know, like, because sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that pressure, you know what I'm saying? You feel like, you know, because this is a big responsibility. Because, like, I applaud you because through your career, since I've known you, you've been yourself.
Right.
You have been yourself, and you have built a fan base and a following based off of just being yourself.
Thank the Lord.
How dope is that?
That's dope. I love that. I love that. I just tell myself to keep going. And if I just be true to myself and say how I really feel, then it's people out there who think like me. That's why I do Odd Odds, because I'm different and I'm okay being different. I used to walk around all the time looking down at the ground. And then my mama told me one time, she was like, why are you looking at the ground? Look, put your head up. You gotta look up. You know, you can't see where you're going. And, you know what I'm saying? You look like you sad, like you don't like who you are or whatever. And I was like, you right. So ever since then, I always keep my head up, and I don't know how to be nobody else but me. It's hard to try to be somebody else. Then you gotta keep up with it, and you're
living a lie. It's so much easier to live your truth.
Having my mom be my mom and my dad be my dad, they're so themselves as well that it made it easy.
Pops is real. Pops was cutting lineups and stuff at the Lenny Fest behind the stage. Was lining everybody up, man. Facts. Shout out to Pops.
He sure did.
And since the last time we linked up, we actually lost someone that means a lot to both of us, Nipsey Hussle. And I know that, you know, you've been very vocal, very supportive, you know what I'm saying? Got the All Money In tag. Yeah. What did Nipsey mean personally to you?
A lot. Nipsey meant to me what I thought Tupac meant to me. Because I really thought I had a real strong connection with Tupac just because of my name. But Nipsey actually moved the ways that I want to move. And it's really literally like I was watching a blueprint on how I want to do things. So when he died, it was kind of like, I got to figure it out.
Because I feel like for me, Nipsey was giving me like the blueprint.
Exactly.
As far as how you want to move, you want your team to move.
Exactly.
And it's like, I can make these moves and also put on for the city.
Exactly. And have such a stronger foundation, because I already knew that I wanted a team and I wanted to have a brand and all that when I went to college, and it was around that time ASAP Mob was popping and YMCMB was doing their thing. So, and I looked up Lil Wayne a lot. I ain't gonna lie. That's my guy. Facts. So I already knew, okay, but Lil Wayne wasn't, he was the boss, but he wasn't the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't really making the real moves. And I love to make music. I made music since I was little, but I like to make moves. You know what I'm saying? Like have something that I can be proud of, that I can pass on. So seeing Nipsey do that and put on for where he was from, because I have a big family. You know what I'm saying? I got my mom and my dad, and then I got my older brothers who actually have a different daddy.
Right.
So, but they family is like my family.
Yeah, man.
So I got a lot.
Crazy ass family.
for real. And my G mama side, which is my real dad's family, like it's not the best. We've had, you know, some addicts, some prostitution, you know,
every family got their
welfare, all that. And I grew up with a lot of cousins, a lot of uncles and aunties who's my age or younger than me. So, and we all was in the same house with roaches, you know what I'm saying? All of us living there doing what we can. I'm telling you, it's a bunch of us. So I feel like, again, I have a responsibility to give us something better. You know what I'm saying? I don't want us to keep having kids and then them having to go through what we went through. It was great, don't get me wrong. It was great, and it made me who I am now, but some of the things we went through, no kid should have to go through. So I want to just make sure.
We always want the best for the next generation.
Definitely.
And we can still teach, and they can soak in that knowledge from what we went through. Right. And also experience and learn from a life that they're experiencing as well.
Definitely.
That's real dope. I'm feeling that. Speaking of team, who does Dricks consider a part of her team?
My family. My family is my team. Whoever want to be a part of my team is my team. My girl is my team for sure. That's my teammate right there.
Man, I love the fact y'all remind me of. I know you seen that video because I sent it to you of Young Thug and his girl.
I seen it when they was in the
word for word. Because I've seen Queen support you on stage, word for word.
And people get mad at that. Some people get mad and be like, you shouldn't be letting her be on the stage with you, and I'll be like, and that's where me being a woman comes in again, and I'm like,
what's the difference between me having my girl on stage
and y'all having y'all
that's hyping me up, that's going lyric for lyric with me, than you having your homeboy with the cup just standing there on stage
spilling it on people?
Yeah, because I done seen 100 times it be some niggas performing and it just be a random nigga just on the crowd with the phone and just enjoying the moment.
Exactly.
What's the difference?
Exactly. Her being on stage with me, that's like my little John. You know what I'm saying? Oh God. For real. Like, she gonna hype me up.
Can I talk shit real quick?
Go ahead.
I saw your ass at the baby concert.
Go.
So there's a point where like it's a lot of money out here. There's women dancing and shit. Nah, your girl over here was like, fuck this.
Get the money.
She looked dead at the crowd and said, what up, motherfucker? I got my shit. Like, that shit was hilarious.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Shout out to your queen, man.
Thank you. Yes. Shout out to her for real.
What's it like having somebody that actually understands your life?
It's great.
Because I can tell you firsthand, that shit's hard as fuck.
Yeah.
When I started this podcast shit, people don't know this. My wife is Dricks' cousin. Your cousin was not with the shit. She's like, you finna go spend 3 hours doing what?
Exactly.
You finna go do, what is it? But now with some years time, she's understood.
Exactly, yeah.
She understands what I'm doing and she supports me 100%. But what is it like having that support system, you know what I'm saying, with you?
It's great. I love it. It's amazing.
It's necessary.
It's very necessary. It's very necessary. She's probably the one that's really
kept you sane.
For sure. It be
people
times
don't
where I'll be about
understand
to go off the
people
rocker.
don't understand the emotions and the energies that you go through in this game. Y'all do not understand, like, there's a lot of emotional ass people out here.
I'm one of them. And even when I'm like, even sometimes down myself, because I put a lot of pressure on myself, she'll bring me back to reality. She'll let me know what it is. She even sometimes sees stuff before I even realize I'm thinking about it too hard. She'll be like, you good?
Yeah.
So it's very important to have that.
I love it. I love it. I love the fact that you got that support system, because I always say that, you know, somebody needs somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I see you being strong for a lot of people, and I see you, like you said, like your mother said, you hold your head up high. But it's always that case of who do the strong people go to?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who is the one that
Definitely.
everybody runs to? Who do they go to?
Definitely.
So I'm glad you had that for you.
Yes.
But over the years, you've been through a lot, and we've seen it through your music. There's a certain song I want to talk about with you called Duck Soup. It's been a little while since that song's come out, you know, but we haven't linked up since it come out. So
Right.
what was that meaning to you that people might not know?
That was about my grandma. My grandma Roberts.
Beautiful soul.
Who is not my biological grandma, but that is my grandma. I've been her baby since I was born. So, and she passed away in, what was that, 2018? I think it was, going on the second year. Yep. Passed away in 2018, and she used to, I was watching Little Bear. We used to go over her house all the time, and I was watching Little Bear on the TV, and I guess they was making duck soup. So I ran up to her and was like, Grandma, I want some duck soup. You know what I'm saying? Would never eat no duck soup.
That's one of those things that stuck.
But she made it for me. She said, okay, because anytime I ask my grandma for anything, she do it for me. So she made that duck soup, and she would just always make me duck soup. And for the longest, I really thought it was duck soup, but it is just chicken noodle soup.
Dang, she played.
For the longest time, I thought I was eating some duck, boy.
Campbell's.
It's just chicken. It was homemade. It was some good stuff.
Some
It had,
fire.
you know, it had the bone in there still. You know, you had to get down through there because, you know, my grandma from Mississippi.
Fam really thought she was eating some
I
duck.
thought it was duck. It was chicken. But I wrote that song.
It's a bird.
It's a bird. It worked out. She knew what she was doing. She said she ain't never gonna know. You found out, Grandma.
Man.
No, but I made that song. It took me a while. I knew I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a song about my grandma. I knew I was gonna make a song about my grandma, but it took me a long time.
Chose the perfect beat.
And that's what it was. It took me finding that beat to finally be like, okay, here we go. Because I couldn't just put no words. Because sometimes I do just write and then I'll end up finding the beat and I'll slap the verse to the beat. You know what I'm saying? But this time I found the beat first.
Okay.
And I already knew what I wanted to call it. I had already came up with the hook, kinda.
Oh, so it was just, you just had to find the beat for it. You found it, it matched, and it was a go.
And it was a go. And it was great.
So you kind of just opened the door for me that I've been wanting to ask you about. What is your writing process? Because everybody has their own style.
Right. I used to, cause I've been writing music since I was little. I wrote my first song with my pops when I was like, I don't even know how old. We lived in Baby Mamaville, is all I know. And so I used to just write all the time and not really put it on no beat. And then I started to write and put it to mainstream beats that I just heard.
Do you write in bars or do you write just?
Now I don't even write. I put it in my phone. So I put it in bars, but my bars are
different than the
real bars.
It's bars that you can read.
Yeah,
like everybody
exactly.
else does.
Exactly. So, but I'll definitely write. I write fast too. If I get going, like the whole tape I just did, I wrote that dang near all in a week maybe. Once I get going, I'm going, and then I'll write a tape that quick.
How does it feel when you hear an artist tell you, I got this verse coming for you, but give me like 2 weeks so I can write it? This happened, Dricks.
2 weeks to write it?
This happened, Dricks.
You
It wasn't
get
2
a
weeks.
bar
I'm
a day?
over exaggerating, but Dricks was waiting for a feature, and me and you had spoke about it. And this artist said, "Give me a week to write."
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know about that. I used to be very, and I still am, like in my head. So it's hard for me to just write around people too. But if you know, so once you decide this is what you're gonna do, you gotta do it.
Yeah, get it done.
We got to work, and I'm not waiting on nobody.
No, not at
So
all.
if it's gonna take you 2 weeks, I'm gonna have dropped the dang tape by then. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you have to do? We were in Wichita.
When you told me that, and you was like, "I'm waiting on this feature," but
you could just say you don't want to do it.
I was like, "A week?
A week," and I think it was to a beat that was already. Cause I don't even think it was like a song. It was just a remake.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just for some little stuff I was trying, and then I don't even think I ever got the verse.
Nope.
Right. So, Like, I don't know. People be acting like this is what they really want to do, but no, you good. I'm petty too, but I try not to be because I don't want people to look at me crazy.
Do you feel like there's controversy as far as the female women rappers out here in the game?
Sure, absolutely, because I'm like one of the best, and they want to act like I'm not.
That is true. That is true. I feel like I haven't seen female rappers yet come together.
No, because I'm not saying the women, but the people that the women surround themselves with.
Yep.
And I'm not speaking on me because I'm me. I'm not surrounded by nobody. Dricks makes Dricks
You're
decisions.
talking to me.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I think a lot of them have people around them that want to keep it that way or want to make it a competition.
And you're telling the truth.
And it's not a competition at all. It's not, and they all have no competition with not even any of the men. You know what I'm saying? I'm very competitive. I am very competitive, but it's not a competition. This is art.
Is it a competition as far as I just want to deliver the best music possible? It ain't got nothing to do with, oh, I want to have more buzz than this nigga or
I don't even know buzz. You can have buzz, but what kind of buzz? Because some people like.
It don't get you nowhere.
What is buzz? You know what I'm saying? Like,
heroes.
You're popular, exactly. And I don't even care. People be trying to skip the line. I'll go wait my ass in the line. I'm not about to go there and try to cut
this
through
is a fact.
I
stood in line with Dricks at an event.
I'm not doing it because I don't care about that. I really do it because I like to do it and I want to help people with their mind. You know what I'm saying? So all that other stuff, but people like me who already knew who they was and already got attention.
Right.
It's not, you know what I'm saying? We're not trying, you don't have to try too hard and do all this extra unnecessary compete and look at, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. I did find myself trying to please the wrong people.
Elaborate with me on that. Did you feel like a certain sound?
A certain sound. I feel like I did find myself trying to, but then I decided, okay, sometimes I do feel like that though. You know what I'm saying? I found my sound, especially when we went out to, I found it a little bit before that though, because I recorded Twisted before we even went out there to San Francisco. So I think I was already finding it. And I'd even say my sound was already there. I just wasn't confident and comfortable that I could win with it.
I feel you. I think that because I will say like in the last year and I think things changed at Lenny Fest. That year at Lenny Fest. Because we not only saw
that's when I had to.
We saw Dricks as far as the artist, but we saw the business side of Dricks as well. So you weren't even focused on the artistry of your part there. So you're sitting here watching like all these artists and stuff like that, and like I think that was like the first time like a lot of people came together at that time.
Yeah, I had originally was gonna do like a lotto thing, but I didn't want to do that until I made it and could really bring back stuff to the city.
Bring people in and stuff.
Exactly, but me and my homie Trevor, we worked at RELL-ism together, so he wanted to do just a local one, so I was down with it. I was like, you want to do it? Let's do it together. I'll help you out. So we did. And the first year we did it, it was cool, it was great. But that second year, really had to put in some work. I really had to put on my business and really have to get some stuff together. And I was so focused on everybody else doing what they were supposed to do and making sure they was good and they sets was good and they was gonna be able to perform at their time and they was there and we was all that my ass I didn't even have the right set. I sent the wrong set to the DJ. So when Damo went to play my stuff,
he said, "Oh shit!"
I was like, "This is not the right." I had to go ahead and just go with the set because I didn't even have the set with me.
Shit.
Yeah, but that's
artists also remember your fucking lyrics. That shit can be
of all your songs because you don't know what was stuff on there. I was like, dang, but it was cool. I still had Paris on there still and all that because he performed that set with me and stuff, and it was cool. It was still. But at some
point after that, and that project dropped, at some point I feel like that's when Dricks went back into the vault and said, okay, I want to turn a little bit on this a little bit. Like it doesn't have to be, cause like. Here, there's a specific sound. It's either the mob music or it's like the Bay Area influence. you took the Bay Area influence, but then you kind of put like a Southern sound to it as well.
That's good.
That's why I feel like you found your bag.
Right.
And you're like, let's go. So now in 2020, who do you feel like you are as an artist?
Me.
Yup.
Dricks. Yeah, facts. I'm very proud, very happy. I feel like I found myself as an artist for sure. I was finally able to, because I got so many different influences. I feel like I'm finally able to, first off, stop listening to the influence so much and really be myself.
Make
you know
music
what I'm saying?
you like to listen to.
Exactly,
Like
and I finally am. Like before, I would listen to it because I'm like, okay, yeah, this is cool. But I wasn't just jamming my music. I would turn it damn near, you know what I'm saying, every time. Now, I damn near only want to listen to me, you know? I be hearing other people's stuff, I'll be like, nah, this ain't even as good as my tape.
This ain't it.
You know
This ain't it.
And that's just really how I feel. So I'm very, very happy. And I'm glad that I kept on working and I stick to it because.
So I got a serious question for you.
Okay.
And you have to answer like that. It's either yes or no.
All
Quick.
Right, let me, hold on.
All right, I'll give you a space.
Okay.
Do you feel like you make the best weed smoking music?
Yes.
Oh, there y'all fade.
In Wichita?
In general. In Wichita. In Wichita, yes.
Definitely. In Wichita, I make the best music. No, let me stop. But yeah, I'm up there. I would say I'm up there. Period. General.
I think it has to be like that Drake combo. I feel like you're like, I'm top 2 and I'm not 2.
Exactly. And I'm not trying because I am humble. I don't like to feel like
I'm not trying to call out nobody or nothing like that. I'm just speaking of your faith and your confidence in your music. That if you told somebody and they're like, yo, I'm finna go roll up,
play this whole tape,
and you will play it from front to back and not even realize it.
First off, because I don't be having 20,000 songs on the tape. It's gonna be a quick.
Why is that?
Because I don't have time. I mean, I do have time, but the thing is with me, I do a lot. I move. So I figure people are probably like me, especially in this day and age. So
it's microwave music. It's it's for this and on to the next.
And then listen to it again. You're gonna listen to it about 5 times.
Larry June figured that out real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And I realized that with Rod Wave though. Too, he was doing real quick songs, and I was already kind of on that because when I did my gaps, I only like to do one verse because I like one verse because I'm like I said, I'm competitive. I compete with myself. If I feel like I'm gonna write a second verse,
but you're not dropping 16.
It got to be better than the first verse, though. You know what I'm saying?
You at least delivering 24 on that song.
Yeah.
I study you, nigga. I know what you're doing.
And that's what. Yeah, I be going in. I don't know, man.
So. You've seen enough. You've been out to the Bay, you know what I'm saying? You've been down to the South, you've been to the East Coast and stuff.
Right,
and you've seen how music resonates with people. You know, you've seen the reactions and stuff like that. How do you feel about the reaction that people are giving towards WAP?
WAP. I'm gonna be completely 100% honest with you. I've heard more people talking about the song than I haven't even heard the song.
Real shit.
Really, I haven't heard the song. I haven't heard it not all the way through. I don't even know their verses. I know they say WAP in it, and it stands for wet ass pussy.
Who don't appreciate WAP.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
anybody that wants to complain about WAP to me, I would just walk away.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are mad about it. It's always going to be different realms of music. If you don't want to listen to it, turn it off. But it's just dudes are mostly mad, and they're mostly mad because women have now took the narrative of just letting men talk about them and what they doing to them and how they gonna do this. And you remember when Nelly was swiping credit cards and booty cracks? And, you know what I'm saying? And now they saying it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they took the narrative, and they, you know, a lot of men don't like that. You know what I'm saying? They still want to be in control, but this is 2020. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they want to talk about. I mean, if you're going to be mad about that, be mad about the people rapping about shooting people and killing people.
You gotta hold that same energy.
Ain't nothing wrong with having WAP.
Nope,
you know what I'm saying?
Nothing at all.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Man.
And
Niggas die from bullets. If niggas die from some WAP, I'm content. I'm cool.
I don't want to die from me. I'll be honest. Let me live.
Another accomplishment that you've had in your career, you got the artist Sada Baby on Lay Up the Remix.
Right.
How'd that happen?
He posted and was like, I'm doing a deal on features. And I said,
You can't tell a nigga like me there's a deal.
I fucked with Sada Baby already. I was such a fan that I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do it because it's Sada Baby. I fuck with Sada Baby.
Is it a coincidence that you got your remix before the nigga blew up? Like,
I wouldn't say I got it before he blew up.
No. Hold on. I'm not. See, I'm gonna tell you the truth, and this is the honest God truth. I heard of the nigga before.
But see,
then
that's
I
me
heard
being a fan.
you got the feature. I had never heard any of this nigga's music.
Until
the first song I ever heard this nigga on was your remix.
About my song.
Then
that price is gonna say he was already popping.
Then the next thing I heard, this nigga did like a freestyle in Oklahoma or some shit like that. Those was the only 2 tracks that I heard from him. Now this nigga
popping, but Sada Baby was already popping. He had already dropped that song where he's doing all the I whip the body up with my, and that was going because he was doing them crazy dances in it, and so he was already popping. We knew his song, like all his music back then, especially. This was 2019. We went to South by Southwest and ended up bumping into him there. So I seen him, you know what I'm saying? But this before I got the feature or anything. And took a picture with him, all that. And he was already, to me at least, he was buzzing. And in Detroit though, he was buzzing.
Yeah.
And I like Detroit.
I ain't saying that he wasn't buzzing. It's just like
definitely.
that realm, I didn't know about it.
The thing, how that all happened though, and I'm not mad because some people be trying to get me and be like, why you didn't do more with that, with the feature? I'm like, it was just the time and everything. I got the feature. You know what I'm saying? I worked hard to get the feature first and foremost. I ain't just no rich nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I worked hard to get the feature, you know what I'm saying?
Work for your shit.
Exactly, and I got the feature though, you know what I'm saying? I got it, he sent it to me, whatever, dropped it, but then right after I did that, we went to the Larry June stuff. So, even though
when I say God said, go ahead and take this blessing. Oh, you thought that one was nice? Here.
Exactly, because we was gonna go to Detroit and try to shoot the video with him and do all that, but then we ended up going to the show, and I didn't think nothing was gonna come to the show. I mean, I knew he was gonna go down there. I was gonna give him I took some merch. I was like, I'm gonna give him the merch and see what happens. You did what
you were supposed to do.
You know what I'm saying? As an artist, 'cause I'm not, I'm here, I'm a fan. I want to see you in the show,
but
I'm
representing a brand as well.
Exactly, so I'm trying to, get my foot in the door. So we was waiting in the line. We went a little early to make sure we could get in there and get good spot because we knew, even though Larry June wasn't popping, you know what I'm saying, he was popping in that area and he has a nice fan base. So people who know about Larry June, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So we got there early and his promoter was walking the line, just talking to everybody, saying, hey, we going to get started here soon. He's like, are there any artists out here? I was the first person to raise my hand. But as soon as I raised my hand, then everybody was like, well, I kinda. I'll be doing a little bit.
Nah, you didn't want to speak it.
Right, but I had already at that point, he was like, okay, well, you want to do a little thing? He pulled out his camera and I talked to the camera, whatever, did my thing. And he was like, I really like your vibe and stuff. Stay here. He was like, I said, no, I told him I had the gear. I was like, well, I don't know if there's an opportunity where you can let me get him this gear, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, I got you. So the whole show, he was looking for me. The promoter was looking for me, couldn't find me. So at the end, I'm like, dang, we didn't even see him.
Thought you missed it.
And then he comes out and sees us. He's like, hey, come down. So we go out there and I give him my stuff. I talked to Larry for a minute, you know what I'm saying? He had all his people back there. It was cool. He thought that I was related to his promoter. He's like, y'all related or something? He was like, nah, she was just out there.
Just hustling.
So I gave him the shirts and all that. And then, that just happened. And I stayed in contact with the dude.
He's going for a tour. And you get contacted to open up for Larry June and his tour. You got to open up for Larry June in his hometown
in San Francisco.
Of San Francisco.
Yeah, that's my first time in California.
What the fuck was that like?
It was a lot of people. It was a lot of people. It was a good time.
Only imagine.
It was a good time. It was best though. It was great. Me performing there showed me that I really do love this shit, and that me being here in town, I put more pressure on myself because I know they know me here. So I'll be like, they looking at me like, well, no, we know Shakur. Right?
Yeah. It ain't out there. It's
even
Dricks,
though I really, even
seriously.
though as Dricks, you know what I'm saying, I rap about what Shakur go through. So I don't be capping. They still like to act like, I don't know, they just got some imagination in their head that they just want to go with. So when I perform here, I'll be more, because they'll sit there and just look at you. When I go to shows and we all performing, it's always a bunch of us performing. I'm gonna stand at the stage because I know how it feels to go up there and perform and have people looking at you like they don't fuck. Even if I really don't fuck with you like that, or your music really not that good, I'm gonna.
Dricks be lit at the fucking show.
You know what I'm saying?
Dricks be lit at the show.
I be high. I don't be drunk.
No, you just be kicking it.
No, exactly. And I'm not gonna be no hater. I know it's really hard to, first off, do your own thing and then be comfortable doing it in front of people and hoping that they accept you. You know what I'm saying? So, but going out to California, getting on that tour and doing that, I don't know if it's just San Francisco, if the people are just nice, or what it was, but it was cool.
A whole different feel.
Just to go out there and just do your thing, and then people just know that you authentic and that it's real, and they be like, oh, okay, shit. You know what I'm saying?
So now you got the itch. Now that you done experienced that at that level, now it's like there's no.
And I was supposed to have that shot already before. I was supposed to have that shot a couple times. So I had that shot with P&B Rock. I was supposed to have that shot with Filthy. I didn't get neither one of them. I was supposed to. I was on the flyer.
Yeah.
I was promoting hard. Probably harder than the people who put the damn show together. Both of them. But things happen where people feel like they can treat you certain ways, again, probably because I'm a female, and I don't go for none of that. Treat me like you're gonna treat the dudes.
I feel like, and I feel like you'll agree with this, that Dricks shows love. Because I've seen Dricks show love to the person that nobody knows about. I've also seen Dricks show love to the person that everybody wants to, you know, ride and, you know, just be a fan over and everything like that.
Right.
But I feel like when it's time for Dricks to get that same love, people go missing.
They do, for sure. For sure. And here and there, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I used to care about the people I show up for showing up for me, but I don't care no more. If I really like what you're doing, I'm gonna support it because that's me being authentic, me being genuine. And you gonna do what you wanna do. You know what I'm saying?
And it's all genuine.
Period. And I'd rather it be that way. Don't just share my stuff because you want me to share your stuff. Share it because you like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't want no fake love. You know what I'm saying? I want you, if you don't like it, you don't have to share it. You know, now I know maybe I need to work a little better or do something like this to get your attention, or maybe you just don't like my vibe, which is fine.
Yeah, even then, just like you can tell me like, yo, I feel like you should maybe, you know, try this,
do
or
this,
something
do
like
that.
or whatever. Or even just say like, you know, like I wasn't really feeling this, but because you know what I'm saying, you good people, so I'm just gonna rock with
Exactly,
you.
facts, and that exactly, and that's true too. And I think that's another thing. Even if some people feel like George feels like I'm not good at what I do, I'm real about what I do. I'm authentic. I have my own style, and I keep doing it. So it's like a Master P thing. It may not be the best lyricist, you know what I'm saying, or the best whatever you thinking, but I'm a hustler, and I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna keep going.
How you do that there?
So that's just how it works. That's what you gotta do though. You can't let people influence you and push you. These motherfuckers, they'll do it for the
they trying
for the look, but not for the love. They like to get the look, you know,
want the photo.
Look like but dude, they don't really support, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool, because when I first started dropping stuff, I was really nice to everybody. I was trying to ask everybody and talk, you know what I'm saying? And they all did me dirty.
Now you can just do you.
And so I said, that's cool. That's cool. We can all be like that.
You. And you just have to see it for yourself, because it's like jumping into this business. Here in Wichita, you hear about it.
Right.
Oh, don't nobody support nobody.
Oh, no,
it's a crab in the barrel type situation or whatever. And it's just like once you start kind of seeing people for who they really are, I think my thing is that I don't expect nothing from nobody.
Exactly. Same.
It's like if I just so happen to link up with somebody, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate you, and it was dope that we got this experience and we made this, you know, happen. But it's like I'm not gonna take shit personal if you.
And that's my thing. I don't take things personal. I had to learn that though. You can't take it personal because people don't do what they do because of how you feel. They do what they do because of how they feel.
But I don't remember.
Exactly. Like, man, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take nothing personal, but like that meme said, I don't take it personal, but I take notes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep that in my mind. It's cool. I know you move like that. I don't really move like that per se, so we can be cordial.
Each his own.
But we not gonna be, cause it's been plenty of people who done tried to sell me dreams and hopes and said they was gonna do this and be my this and
Have you been introduced to the Let Me Manage You yet?
I've been introduced to the Let Me Be Your DJ.
Oh.
But I have been, I've been hit with the manager one time, but I think people know you gotta come with a lot of
Wichita
something to be my manager.
Artists from Wichita.
I can do it for myself.
Artists from Wichita do not sign any contract with
No,
anybody here.
nobody in Wichita.
Have a valid lawyer. Please don't.
Don't sign nothing with nobody in Wichita, even if you got a lawyer. Do it yourself.
Because
unless they can give you about $100,000 at least, you can do it yourself. All I'm saying, I'll need about 5 to sign with anybody.
But then you also, in that process, you're gonna see who really want it.
Facts, exactly, because people think it's an overnight success, and that's the thing. But that's where my passion comes in, because like I said, I've been running music since I was little. I seen Lisa left out on the motherfucking TV and was like, let's go. It's not just, I seen people in the city and was like, well, they doing it, so I'm gonna do it too. Which that's cool, if that, you know what I'm saying, do it, but really know that you're doing it for the love.
There's a lot of those.
And people doing it for the money, and this ain't no money. I mean, there's money in it, but down the road.
I hear.
Exactly, ain't no money. This is about building a foundation, and then if you're serious, you'll take that foundation and you'll be able to, expel it up.
That's a fact. I feel like you answered the long question of can you make it work in Wichita?
That's the thing, and then see, okay,
because what you just said is the truth. This is just the test. You build that foundation and you move it.
Exactly, facts. I see people all the time that try to go leave and do this and do that and do that. Some people do a good job. Most people come back. So I'm like, but if you can't get it popping where you at, where you gonna get it popping?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Because them people, you go out there, but they already got people that they know. So you have to work even harder to get to know them people. And then, you know what I'm saying? And you have a support system out there. So you really have to build authentic, you know what I'm saying, fans.
Speaking of some dope ass music, a new album by the title of Limitless recently dropped. How does it feel to have this new body of work out here to the peoples?
Great. I feel like I need to take it to every label building. And put it on there.
So how does it feel now to have, well, one, you have a solid body of work, and I congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
But how does it feel as an artist personally to push music in this pandemic? Like, what is it? Is it tougher, or is it more of like it is what it is type shit right now?
I won't say it's tougher because we already live in a era of social media promotion, where instead of having to actually get out there and put the footwork in and go up to the mall and try to pass everybody your tape type thing. So now you can just send a link to everybody on Snapchat.
That's a fact.
And see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say it probably limited the people who are scared though to push their music. Some people are too nervous.
Easier, though,
it should be easier, but people who like care what people say, because on social media people like to say anything. You know what I'm saying?
You're not in my face, so you gonna
exactly.
say
when you're trying to pass somebody a CD, they probably be like, oh, I'll just take it at least. You know what I'm saying? But when
Fuck this shit.
They're not gonna do that in front of you. But you send them out, some people, I send them my link and they'll be like, did you stop sending me this? I'm like, well, look, you on my Snapchat, you click on my thing every day to see what I'm doing 24 hours a day.
This is what I'm doing, nigga. Hustling.
So delete me if you don't want to see this.
I feel you.
That's how I feel. Delete me.
I had a conversation with DJ 3, and this was about 3 years ago. And he said to me, and you know how DJ 3 talk. He said, these niggas got all these motherfucking social networks and don't do shit with it. What the fuck you doing if you don't post your music every day?
Exactly, and that's the thing.
He's like, that's 400 to 1,000 people every day that's gonna sit there and click your shit. He's like, all you gotta do is send it. He's like, but you rather look and see what another motherfucker doing. You know how 3 talk. So when I heard this shit, I was like, it make all the sense in the world. Right. And it just so happens you had that formula and you push that. One thing I'll acknowledge. You and Hev are very good at that. You and Hev, as far as like the social media, y'all promote and push your shit. Something that I beg other people to do.
Right.
So.
And everybody does their thing. All I'm saying is you're going to do what I'm doing.
Some people do their thing. Some people just do what they think is the bare minimum.
That's it. But the thing about 3, even though, because I think that's funny that you said that, because he always cuss me out anytime I send him music on. So just email me. I don't know why you keep on sending me a link. I gotta click. You need it. I'm like, oh dang, but it's how is you getting Cardi B's song?
Got it.
That's all I'm saying.
True.
And I'm not on Cardi B level, but y'all DJs always want us to send y'all your art stuff directly, but how is you getting their music? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm sending it to you, and if you like it,
I made that cover.
Nigga, download that and play that at the club or whatever. But I really don't make club music like that. Sometimes here and there, it's like, okay, I guess it could be.
You fucking with the right one.
You know what I'm saying? But like, so I don't always say, but I'm trying to get better about that. But the thing about me is I want to build fans. I need relationships too. So I'm learning as I go, for sure.
The best Dricks concert would be in Denver, Colorado.
Facts.
Open space.
Facts.
And everybody can just have whatever they want.
Whatever they want.
Music at the full, whatever your vice is, just do whatever you're doing. And that, to me, that's the atmosphere.
Definitely.
That's that atmosphere for you. It's
where
not
everybody
out,
can be
It's not
themselves.
out here in the sunflower fields. It's not out here. And there go Heroes, Rock Island. Like you're beyond this.
And that's what I had to realize too about, because I done performed a whole bunch in Wichita. And it's cool, it's great to perform here, but you're not gonna learn too much. You're gonna get comfortable, which I'm because my first time I performed, I threw up everywhere. So, you know what I'm saying? So now, not everywhere, it was in the bag.
There's one person that I know, and I ain't gonna say that name, but I remember this. This nigga literally threw up on his shirt right before he had to perform. And it wasn't a lot, it was just enough that when you perform, you're like, what's that stain on that nigga's
what's
shirt?
What's that smell? I know you can smell that a little bit every time. I knew it was happening though, and so I had a couple of bags, so I threw up in the bags. But I threw up. I still performed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you still gave a performance.
But no.
What's it like when you're performing? It's almost like, you feel free.
Yeah, I feel free.
Do you feel the pressure, or do you feel like you're in your element?
I don't feel the pressure. I do in the beginning. I feel pressure before, like, okay, here we go. And then once it go, it's not no pressure. I'll just be going. I'll look people dead in their eyes and just say stuff. And just,
see, I love that from a performance though. When the artist is looking at, the people
especially
in the crowd.
If it's a person I feel like is looking at me kind of like, I'll rap, and then they be like, okay, I see it. By that time, I'm like, exactly. So don't be looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, with this new project, what can we expect?
Some vibes.
It's already out.
Right, yes, it's out.
If you haven't already,
Limitless.
go ahead and tap in. It's on all streaming platforms.
All of them. Every single one. It's a vibe. It's dope. It's just some laid back, chill, smoker vibes. I dropped little gems in there. Yeah, some bars in there. I like to throw a couple of them in there. Some lifestyle in there. Some lifestyle in there, some real life, just things I go through. Just some stuff to where, make you think, but it's a safe place to think. You know what I'm saying? I
like that. Go ahead and tap into the Limitless comfort zone. Just go ahead and just tap in.
The comfort zone, I like that.
But 2020, we're coming towards, we're in the third quarter now. So what can we expect from Dricks the rest of the way out?
Yeah, I'm about to keep on dropping videos, so y'all keep up. And as well as music. I'm just gonna keep going. I
Dope.
I can't slow up. More gear.
What's 2021 look like?
Same.
Do you think the world will be open a little bit?
Hopefully, because I'm gonna move around a little more. We still already been making it do what it do. We still been going where we can. But cause I got the show in Arizona in October, and that's been pushed and pushed and pushed. So hopefully, everything cool by October. We can really get out there in Tempe and perform. I'm performing alongside Mike Sherm. I got that show again from the same promoters, Larry
Dope.
June's promoters. So
Dope. You staying tapped in with them, and they staying locked in with you. That's real dope.
Yep. I'm about to work with another artist from San Francisco as well. So I'm just about to be trying to move around and now build more fans in other places.
Build that fan base. Keep going. Well, Dricks, I really appreciate your time.
I appreciate you.
I really appreciate, you sitting down, being honest with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people learned a lot, and I feel like a lot of people in this interview, they're going to be able to relate to some of the stuff we spoke about.
Definitely.
But congratulations on Limitless. Congratulations on the success that you've seen. I hope nothing but the best for you.
Thank you.
And where can the people find you?
Anywhere, everywhere. Dricks. Really just put in Dricks, Dricks, and I'm going to pop up.
You'll be one of the first ones.
He the one that told me to just say that and stop trying to say all that difficult stuff. Dricks.
Straight to the point.
Just some who try to be, but they not.
I love it. I appreciate you, fam.
Appreciate
Much love to
Much
you.
love.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an episode of RELL-ism, and I got one and only Dricks in the building. Y'all stay tapped in. Much love.
Please.